Digital Academy. Thank you, see, I already forgot. Thank you for turning that on. We're super excited to be able to present to you the results of our design sprint that we had for this summer. Every summer we do a design sprint. It has different topics every year, and we're this year partnering with Kohl's, and we have some pretty amazing things to show you today. This slide is a pretty neat one. It was highlighted to us by one of the guests who came and spoke to our students, and we are two great partners, and our missions are very closely aligned, and we do like that showed in everything we did over the last 2 weeks, how we lined up in a lot of our thinking and a lot of our creativity and how we interacted together. So it was a pretty amazing experience. So you might be thinking, what is Digital Academy? I know as the Kohl's guests came through, they got just a tiny little, I would call it a tiny little schnibble of what Digital Academy is. And you got to do some interacting with the students, but I don't know that we really talked about the whole of Digital Academy and what it represents for our students and our community and for Islands of Brilliance. Digital Academy is a higher level learning opportunity that is focused on workforce development. All of our students have different goals when they are participating with us in Digital Academy. Some of them are in high school and thinking about college. Some of them are in high school and thinking about work after high school. Some of them are in college. Some of them are not in college and they're out of college, or they're adults in the world. They're all having different goals around the thought of working and being employed, and the skills that they get working with us at Digital Academy helps them on their way to that end goal, no matter what it is. And this is Matt Uzanis. He is going to talk about our challenge for the sprint.
Hi, everybody. And for our sprint this time, as Amy said, we partnered with Kohl's, and our students were given the challenge of creating a clothing collection for Kohl's department stores. And so over the past 2 weeks, they worked in their teams to create a collection of clothes that was up to them, what they would like to create. They decided that as a team, and they did this in a way of learning how they scaffolded throughout the experience by meeting a series of Kohl's associates and professionals that came in to share how they fit into the creation of a collection at Kohl's. And so we mirrored that process in a condensed format throughout the 2 weeks. We do our work in mural. Parents, you've seen this a couple of times. I always like to show a really zoomed out version. This is 2 weeks of experience and work that the students have done together in their groups. So all of these white boxes are essentially empty at the beginning, and they are filled in with students' thoughts, process, work, experiences, and builds over the course of these 2 weeks. It was a very full 2 weeks, to say the least. These sprints, especially our summer sprint, is really designed to give the students an experience of what it is like to hold a full-time job and have a full day of work. We're working on our stamina, our endurance of working throughout the day, staying focused, and also how to healthfully do that. We wanted to show you this because there was a really cool rhythm that happened throughout this entire experience. You'll see the yellow blocks are blocks that Kohl's professionals came in and gave information about themselves, their careers, and how they fit into the larger picture at Kohl's in the creation of a collection. The green blocks then represent a experience that the Kohl's professionals gave our students as an activity to learn a little bit more about their job, to give a little tiny experience into their job. That's always followed then by an orange block, which was an activity that the students then took that learning and applied to the building of their collection. So throughout the 2 weeks, we met with a lot of teams. So again, following that same format, We met with Trend and Competitive Shopping, who then gave the students a trend to go and research on their own. And then they took that learning and they created a mood board for their collection. After meeting with the design team, they looked at collections and what's out there, and then began sketching the collection process for their pieces. We met with the sales analysis team, where they were able to learn about First Insights and the system that Kohl's uses. Maybe parents, some of you have gotten surveys through email or when you're shopping at Kohl's, and it asks you for input on your thoughts on certain items. Our students got to take one of those and then see how that ties into the process of deciding what to buy or not to buy. We met with the technical design team, where they talked about features that could be in their collection. We talked with the artist groups, where they got feedback in real time on their ideas for their collections, and then began the process of actually creating their collections based on that feedback. We met with teams of artists that taught us how to create graphics in the various ways that can be applied to shirts, how to apply typography to your project, how to create repeating patterns, how to create plaids, and how that all ties in. And then the students were able to apply those new learnings to their collections themselves. We saw 3D. Our students in the past have done 3D, and they've worked with 3ds Max and Blender and Substance Painter. And so they've learned a specific area of 3D really geared more towards video game design. And now our students got to see another way that 3D is applied, and how Kohl's is using that for rapid prototyping in their design process, and how that fits in. And then the 3D artists actually took some of our concepts, our students' concepts, and applied them to shirts, so they got to immediately see what it would look like on an actual body. And then we met with a member of the marketing team who shared her experience in sales and marketing, and how she creates social graphics. And then the students created some Pinterest posts and some Instagram posts using assets for back to school that were shared with them. And then they created marketing pieces for themselves as well. We always tie in professional development on top of all of our actual design experiences. The students got to meet with a team of Kohl's interns who had just started their summer experience with Kohl's, and learned about how they got into school, how they got to Kohl's, and what their experience is like. They met with a member of the HR team and learned about accommodations and interviewing and what it's like to work at Kohl's. They met with a member of the legal team and learned about copyrights and trademarks and what it means to have inspiration versus plagiarism, and how that ties into the products. And they had a fun game of Is It Legal? Created some great discussions. And then just yesterday, they got to meet with the diversity and inclusion teams to talk about their business resource groups and all the amazing teams and opportunities that Kohl's provides their associates to have experiences learning around different groups of cultures and different identities. And then also got to talk about their adaptive line and give some feedback of what they actually thought about some of the products for that adaptive tool. So it was, again, a very full 2 weeks. An amazing team from Kohl's really came together and gave this absolutely phenomenal experience to our students. And when you see the work that was created from it, it's pretty exciting. So with that, let's get to those collections. Really excited to share this with you. First up is Team Ruby and Ryan. Take it away.
Can you just go to the next slide? Sorry. All right, Cam.
Okay, so our theme, name of our brand is Garden Mints. Our design is basically nature and all its colors. Our target customer is 17-year-old Rose Bush. Her interests include being a nature enthusiast, likes to draw, and enjoys puzzles. When it comes to her clothes, she likes flowers and colors. And just in case you're allergic to it, be careful around pollen and me, her words. She likes gardening, colorful snakes, mixing and matching clothes and patterns. Dislikes clothes that are itchy and scratchy, as if there are a bunch of thorns poking her in the sides. Clothes that have baggy armpits or tight, and clothes that are loose but not too loose. Our design. So yeah, our inspiration comes from snakes and colors and flowers, that type of fun stuff.
So this is our collection mood board that we made for Rosebush, which basically talks about the different things that she likes, such as her trends, which are comfortable and colorful clothing. Her color scheme is red, green, maroon, yellow, orange, blue, black, white, pink, and purple. Some of her descriptive words include colorful snakes, um, mixing and matching clothing, and patterns. And then the pictures that you see on the screen here are some of our inspiration that we used. Up next, we have our collection sketches. So this shows some of the sketching that went into the process of making our collections. And finally, we have our official color palette, which is basically all the colors that we used in our collection.
Our concept was designed around Rosebush's interests in nature. It includes gator scales, butterflies, snakes, and flowers. Here are the mock-ups of how our designs would look on actual products. On the left, we see the designs of the nature tech. I included the same background we used on our ad, as well as vines to connect to our nature theme. Below the Kohl's logo and IOB logo, I included the names of the designers. On the right is our ad, which was designed by James. The ad includes all of our designs.
Great job, Team Ruby and Ryan. Thank you for sharing that. Fantastic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we are going to move on to Team Kevin with Alec, Jacob, and Spencer.
Spencer, you ready to go here?
Yep. This is Nature's Way, gender neutral, comfortable clothing with a jungle theme. This is Charlie. He is 18 to 25 years old. His interests are social situations, hanging out with friends, animals, nature outdoors, listening to some music. He doesn't like clothing with over particle messages, uncomfortable tight fitting clothes. But when it comes to my clothes, you need to know that comfort is king. This is the one of the two sample templates for Charlie. This is a second sample template for Charlie. This is a collection mood board for Charlie. And I chose this because it's based on the Jungle Book. This is a collection.
Jacob, you want to jump in there?
Oh, sorry.
I suppose I can jump in a bit. Well, this is our collection sketches page. We have a few different outfits pertaining to a full body pajama onesie, a few tank tops, and some casual comfort casual comfort clothing that still holds a sort of business appropriate appearance, along with a few designs and prints such as the leopard spots, tiger print, and leaves, all sort of tying into creating that jungle feeling and look. Here would be our design concepts that we've created, again pertaining to those three main collective outfits of t-shirts and tank tops, pajama onesies, and casual business attire. Again, there's a lot of, there's a good variety and use of natural jungle patterns across different colors. Apologies, but
Anything else, Jacob?
Sorry, I got a little caught up on my words, but
Okay.
we incorporated those different patterns and sort of designs across the different clothes. You can see the leopard print on the outfit towards the sort of middle, coconut and banana print on the onesie to the right. We were able to come up with a number of sort of logos or designs, which we were able to print onto the clothes. Afraid I don't think I have all too much more to say.
Thanks, Jacob. We're getting lots of love in the comments. Just a reminder to feel free to add your comments into the chat and check out there as well. We're getting lots of love for both collections in here, and lots of people loving these color schemes, and a couple of people asking where they can buy the onesies. So let's give Team Kevin a big round of applause. Thank you so much, you guys. Great job. And up next is Team John.
Hi, everyone. This is John from Team John, and we have Haley, John, and Nathan to share our collection with you.
Okay, so this is the Gemini collection because that's what we named it. It was based off of our target customer, which you'll see later. And a quick Google search shows that Gemini are adaptable and easygoing and adjustable, which is apparently just like our collection. So our target customer isn't actually a real human in the picture. He was AI generated using this person does not exist.com. So that's why his age is so messed up, but he's 16 years old, we'll say. And his horoscope is Gemini, and that's kind of where our whole design lied around. His interests are basically computers, video games, comic books, just things that normal teenagers are interested in. And he likes, like I said, video games, pizza, computers, and neon colors, just like I guess any teenager would. When it comes to picking his clothes, he just kind of picks whatever's on the top of the drawer, like I do. I don't really care if it matches. And he doesn't really care what he wears. He just kind of has graphics of interest that he likes on his shirt. And he dislikes things that are loud or things that are scary, like screeching tires or European clowns.
All right, so this here is one of our two mood boards. this one shows inspiration from things like the 90s colors, you know, retro gaming and kind of 8-bit vibes that we have here. And well, as you can see, there's the, you know, the Nintendo controllers and, you know, of course the pixelated font, which is actually pretty key, as you'll see later. And even a neon Nintendo logo, which, don't worry, we don't have any external branding on here. I mean, so that's all I have to say about this slide. And then this is our other slide. Now, I have to get this out of the way because so that way my team doesn't say I missed this. These shades up in the corner are called the Super Party Time shades. And well, as you can see, there's a lot. You can see the 8-bit inspiration here, neon pizza, all sorts of just, all sorts of things that you'll see how they kind of fit into our collection on the next slide.
Okay, so basically for our collection, I started working on a color story with John, and basically that's the color palette you see up above with the different squares. So there's like the black and all the neon colors, and the size of each square was how much color we planned on using in the shirt. So there would probably be more black and less neon colors. So there would be that pop of color, and we tried to keep that consistent with our logo. And now Haley's going to describe how she came up with the Gemini logo.
Well, the Gemini logo was actually from a Google search looking for the Gemini spirit animal. That way I could find something to design for the logo. I found one of the many different results was deer, and that one just kind of stuck with me. And since the Gemini, he is also known as the twins, I decided to make it mirrored deer.
Okay, and then the next image is a graphic on a t-shirt. So I'm not really an artist, I'm more of a programmer. So I quickly opened up my image editor GIMP, which is basically a knockoff version of Photoshop, and just made like an X pattern using just tiny pixels. And that's, you'll see on the next slide, that's how we kind of got, that was our main pattern basically. So I did a lot better than I thought. And I also designed the hanging tag with John to the left, and it's just like any other hanging tag, except this one's special because you can tear off on those white dotted lines the Gemini part, and you can stick it on the back of your school Chromebook or something like a sticker, because, you know, Gemini collection's so cool, everyone wants to see a sticker of it. And then John Colston, which is the other John, isn't here. So I'm just going to kind of describe that sweatshirt, or I know it's not sweatshirt, it was called something else, but I'm going to call it a sweatshirt. And he had some stars on it that kind of matched our color story.
And well, over here I have this pullover hoodie because as well the kind of, well, the pullover hoodie, you know, I decided to go with some neon green and black on it. And I'm not sure if you guys can see it too well, but there's the words Gemini on the arm and then the logo on the shoulder. And then for the joggers, I went with the same color palette. And instead, now there's Gemini on the sides of the legs.
All right. And Kate just informed me that the QR code takes them to islandsofbrilliance.org, which I forgot to mention. It does for now. It'll eventually probably go to the website if there ever becomes one. But anyway, John and me also worked on slip-on shoes because, you know, little Johnny doesn't want to have to tie his shoes because, you know, it's too much work. It takes too much time. He's lazy. And there's also the socks on the right. And these are our concept ideas. So these aren't actually textured yet.
And well, here are the different earlier versions of our collection, different, you know, rougher designs, as you can see. Here, you can, well, here you can definitely see that we have, the shades are pretty well, the shades originally were kind of a blue and black kind of striped pixel idea. And as well, you can still see the main pattern here. There's the neon green pullover hoodie here. The deer logo stayed pretty much the same. And then John Colston's, earlier different shirt idea, which had a Thomas planet and stars, and then the deer logo on a shirt.
Also, I'm just going to correct Haley real quick. They're super party time shades. Anyway, this is kind of our collection so far. On the right, we kind of just took random bits of clothing and tried to make it look like a human being, but they have an invisible head, and our tags are on basically everything. And we just kind of arranged our whole collection. On the yellow shirt, that's a pattern that I made in GIMP, the knockoff photo editor, which actually works pretty well. And I basically just created pixels and tiled them, so that's how that works. And then on the bottom is a custom deer logo. So I took her deer logo and I actually created a Python script and told it to randomize the pixels in there from somewhere between red, green, and blue, but more green. So that's how you get that kind of distorted logo effect, which kind of was similar to the 80s retro look. And then on the bottom left, there's the shoes all with the same pattern that I designed before. And that's kind of what the finished product looks like. So this is our collection, and the super duper party time shades are also on the top of the human over there.
Great job, team John. You guys did a great job walking through that, getting lots of love in the chat. So let's give them a big round of applause.
Thanks, everyone.
And we have one more collection to share with you all, and that is from Team Natalie.
Hey everybody, I'm Natalie from Team Natalie. Our team was Alex, Garrett, Mackenzie, and Jay.
This here is the Rad Maddie collection. This collection contains 80s themed colors and patterns with a modern twist.
Take it away, Jay.
Sorry. Our target customer's name is Maddie. The age is from 18 to 21. Their interests are 1980s style clothing and design in a mix of retro and futuristic designs. Their likes are bold and bright colors with moments of black, casual style in fabric, clothing, and gender neutral. What designers need to know about our target customer for clothing, what they need to know is they don't like tight clothes. They like beautiful, casual, modern, and simple clothing. What they don't like is gemstones, sparky, and anything too flashy of clothing.
This is a mood board that represents Maddie's interests and likes, which consists of 80s fashion. She's really into the 80s because she likes the bright neon colors, fashion styles, and movies that were popular during that time.
So the collection mood board we got so far is for the trends. It's basically graphic tees, crew neck, comfy, casual, junior, and youthful. So the descriptive words are 80s theme, fun, energetic, nostalgic, and retro. And for the color theme is pink, blue, yellow, purple, and red, which is that classic 80s type. So the graphic inspiration is like bright colors and geometric shapes and patterns. Oh, you're on mute.
Thanks, Alex. This is kind of what we came up for our collection. So kind of like we stated before, we wanted a pair of flowy elastic pants, a t-shirt, a sweater, an accessory like a bandana, and maybe like a chunky slip-on sandal. So as our sketches go, I kind of started off with wanting to do a pair of pants, and then I was also interested in what a grippy, chunky soled shoe would look like. So those were my initial sketches.
Initially, for my sketches, I initially have 4. So the first design is like, I did a nice t-shirt filled in pink and yellow stripes, just simply like lemonade. And the second design, which I did a dress filled in pattern checkers in pink and purple. And the third design, I simply did a tank top filled with white background and yellow polka dots. Lastly, the fourth design, I did like a cross stripe filled in black and red, which is also a tank top in only in different design as well.
My sketches, I started out from paper and then traced it over it in Illustrator. The colors I used are mostly those that represent the 80s retro style.
I made colors for the sandal, which is blue and black base. It's based on the color palette that we have for our mood board. And I also made a logo for Maddie's Rad collection. So I added the R and M represents the title of the collection.
For my design, I just thought of a retro design and just made it simple, I guess.
So after kind of working through our design sketches and bring it into a digital format, I decided that my part of the collection was going to be the accessory, which was the bandana.
In that case, I did like a logo that is all like polygonized, like just simply with using triangles, and some are like rectangles for the standing parts, and it's all polygonized. So I use the following color as well. And not at least with something I tested in Illustrator, which is the since the people voted for all my designing concepts, but on number 3, which is the third design, just simply like the white background and yellow polka dots.
Well, my design was simple shapes for the logo. I used the logo as a pattern on the pants. I even created the official pattern. I also created the crow and the dove kissing to be friends. Or
My parts of the collection were the sandals that I made, the blue and black, and the logo. It was originally yellow and black, as you saw on the other slide, but after hearing some feedbacks from my teammates, I decided to change it to blue and yellow.
And for my continued sketch, all the way on the right is my design for the shirt. It's basically a simple retro and futuristic design, and it's not really fully finished, but that's what I have currently.
And Garrett, can you talk us through the logos that we created?
most of the logos we created are usually just basic shapes. I'm using colors from the 80s color palette. The one you see on the left was done by me, myself, Garrett, as I use simple shapes.
So this is our combined collection. We have a couple shirts, we have that accessory, we have our shoes, a couple pairs of pants, and Mackenzie is going to tell us a little bit about how our collection is adaptive.
We have our collection consists of a seamless and athletic fitting tank top, comfortable and breathable tee, lounge sweater with removable sleeves, casual, dressy, flowy pants with elastic waistband, bandana with cooling technology for the summer, and last but not least, chunky grip slip-on sandals.
All right. Thank you so much, Team Natalie. Congratulations on your collection. And just all around, that was amazing. Congratulations to all the teams on their successful collections. This was really a huge undertaking, and the collaboration and teamwork and the openness to feedback from both your peers and the Kohl's professionals, as well as your mentors, just really, really an amazing experience. With that, we always like to end our experiences with gratitude. And we want to thank all 37 Kohl's Associate volunteers that joined us over the last 2 weeks. You not only gave your time and your expertise in the sprint, but the preparation that you put into your presentations, meeting with us in the weeks and months beforehand, was really above and beyond, and how you inspired and gave all of your knowledge to our students. Thank you so much. It was beyond anything we could have ever expected or imagined. We want to give an extra special thank you to our Kohl's lead partners, Danae, Rocky, and Emily, who've been meeting with us for months and really coordinating so much on your end, and the alignment between Islands of Brilliance and Kohl's just really has been a wonderful experience and so fulfilling at every single moment of this experience. So thank you for your time and your passion around this project. Of course, we can never do this without our mentors. You guys are working professionals and students who have given so much time in these last 2 weeks to our students and to this experience. Your passion, your knowledge, your compassion to our students has just been really amazing. So Natalie, Ryan, John, Kevin, and Ruby, thank you so much. And of course, to our students, our families, and our community, you guys just are all of our family. And thank you so much for your trust with us, for coming along on this journey, and for having so much fun with us over these last 2 weeks. And of course, just one more huge thanks to Kohl's, who sponsored this sprint, and all of your time and just everything that you've given to making this experience for our students. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and turn it over to our co-founders, Mark and Margaret Fairbanks, if you'd like to share anything as we wrap up our Kohl's sprint.
All I can say is this is so much fun, and it would be awesome if we could actually run to the store right now and try some of these on. Nice work, everyone. I'm so proud of all of you.
Yeah, Matt, thank you. You did a great job of thanking everyone. This all started, I think, last October. Rocky Jones and I had a Zoom call, and it led to this. And I can't say enough about how Kohl's approached this and their involvement in planning. Matt, Amy, and Jess did just an amazing job of really building out this 2-week sprint. We can't, again, do this without our mentors. So I've been kind of following along. I've been seeing work posted in Discord, but to see it all together and hear the students presented in their own words is amazing. So thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. And before we go, not to put anybody on the spot, but Rocky, Danae, is there anything that you'd like to share about the experience?
Danae, would you like to go?
You go for it, Rocky. I'll let you have the
Danae
floor.
and I are like, you get us together, we're dangerous because we're like TikTokers. Okay, yeah, we had a blast. Like, it was a lot of fun. Like, really, like, you guys have been amazing to work with. I couldn't ask for a better partnership. I really enjoyed just like looking forward to those like meetups every other week there, and just getting to know you guys. And yeah, it's great. I mean, it's good to finally meet the students. So we've heard so much about you, and as we were kind of been working behind the scenes, and you did not disappoint. You guys are awesome. Like, the work looks great. Just love the inspiration. I love like the humor that you bring into the product. I'm like, gosh, like we should be doing more of that into our stuff. Sometimes I think we get a little bit too serious. So we'll definitely take note of that. But yeah, and again, special thanks, I think, to Danae too. She's been my partner in crime in this, and keep me in my place, I guess, and if I was falling off at all during the process.
We work well together. That was part of the deal, right? So Kohl's worked really well with Islands of Brilliance. We worked really well together. So I think this came together great. And the fact that, I mean, I never actually counted how many people volunteered to help. So the fact that we had 37 people who actually, a lot of them don't know each other, that all came together to bring the project to you guys. And then what you came back with was awesome. So we had a lot of fun, and I've been excited for months to see what you were going to do. So this last hour was really fun. You did great.
Sorry, one last thing. Also, special thanks to all the other volunteer members from Kohl's. Seriously, we couldn't have done it without you. Yeah, like incredible turnout. So super honored and privileged to work with you all.
And by the way, pizza is still on for everybody who RSVP'd. So despite the rain.
Cushions are in the dryer, so I hope they're dry by 5:30. We'll see.
All right. Well, thank you once again to all of, this is by far our largest group we've ever had a final presentation to. Congratulations to all our students. You guys did an amazing job. Thank you again to everybody. Have a beautiful day. Students and mentors, you're going to hang out with us just for a little while longer. We're going to go right into our sprint reflection. So everybody who is a student or a mentor, please stick with us. And everybody else, thank you so much for joining us. We just can't thank you enough.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, all. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Y'all did great. Bye.
Thank you, Kohl's.
Just like that, the numbers plummet.
Wow. Congratulations, you guys.
And we went from 67 to 25 in like 3 seconds.